Good afternoon, viewers. Welcome to another episode of Unilearning Tech Hub. My name is Olabanjo Rachel, and I'm a student, a 300 level student of Unilearning, currently partaking in a GSE skill. And this GSE program is known as Graduate Self-Employment. And this program is actually developed by University of Ilorin as a means to equip students during their university days with important skills that can fend them jobs, employment, self-employment after university. That's why we call it graduate self-employment. And I'm partaking in the skilled content creation, and we're asked to interview trainers for this skill. And luckily for me, fortunately for me, I am asked to interview Mrs. Grace. So please meet the person of Miss Grace.
Thank you very much. My name's Miss Grace Gochi from Anambra State. I take the GSE skill for 300 level student Nigerian Indigenous dishes, and in this prestigious university, I've been a trainer here since 2018, and it has been a very let's say a very good and nice course. This skill deals with Nigerian Indigenous dishes. Dishes gotten from the different ethnic groups. We have about 650 ethnic groups in Nigeria. So it deals with it, and we usually source for local condiments or local ingredients for the various ethnic groups. We have different soups. We have Nsala soup, which is white soup. We have bitter leaf soup. We have Ofo Onubu. That bitter leaf soup is actually Ofo Onubu in the Igbo dialect, in Yoruba. And we have Oha soup on the Igbo speaking area. We have Eforiru from the Yoruba speaking ethnic group. We have Miakuka from the north. We have Obono soup. This Obono soup is actually gotten from the locally made ingredients, and we prepare it, and it's very delicious. We have other soups, Egusi soup. We have it in the Yoruba speaking ethnic group. We also have it in Igbo. We have it in the south, Ichekiri, Jos. We have it in the Igbo, Enugu, Abia, Anambra, and Ebonyi states. We have different soups, and which also include the black soup from Edo State. We have black soup. We have soups like what's the name of that soup? Egusi from the Ogun State, kind of. Their own Egusi soup is a special kind of soup in Ogun State, Ijebu to be precise. Then what we use to prepare these soups are locally produced fish from this center too. We have the aquaculture in this center too. The students produce the fish, call them fingerling. They go to catfish. We have smoked fish. We have all of them here. We also have our own pepper here. We collect from the center to prepare the soups, and it has been a very good relationship so far. I love cooking. I'm a caterer by profession. I love cooking, and my cooking extends to all other kinds of too numerous to mention. And what we use, actually, we have local condiments we use for cooking them.
Okay, thank you. What inspired you to specialize in indigenous dishes?
Actually, what inspired me is that my mother is a cook. She's a custom officer. She's the one in charge of their kitchen before she retired. So I love the way she cooked different food with different asaro, that's yam porridge, and all those things. And she uses our locally made sauce to do them. So when I finished the secondary school, I told my mom I want to learn how to cook in a special way, not just the one in the house. I want to take it as a profession, and which she encouraged me. I went to learn it for 4 years. By the time I came out, I can cook, and I do a lot of other I can bake. I can do a lot of other kinds of cooking, even by roasting roasted foods like yam, plantain and other things. So I love cooking right from when I was a kid. I started cooking at the age of 8. So says my mom, and I love it a lot. Cooking, making people happy. You know, when people are eating what you cook and they are happy, you know, like I cook for engagement, I cook for weddings, I cook for seminars, symposium, and by the time they are eating and they are happy, you know, somebody just give you a compliment. Wow, that your dish is very palatable and delicious. What did you use in cooking your ogbono or your egusi or your white soup, bitter leaf soup? I used to be very happy. So I'm saying this year for Ruru, I've never seen this kind of for Ruru, because we use locust beans, which we call iru, and we use catfish, we use smoked fish, we use okoroko, the Igbo kind of stockfish. We use smoked meat. Sometimes we use goat meat to prepare the foriro, and it's very delicious. We also use fresh tomato, fresh pepper to spice it up. Everything we use is locally made. So that's one thing that pushed me into cooking. And if I see people that say, we want you to come and cook for us, because, and that thing has always really inspired me. When people eat my food and they give me compliments, I used to be very happy. So those are the things that
guys, inspiration. Probably to start learning how to cook.
It's not too late.
So, Ma, can you share your personal journey as a trainer in indigenous dishes? Like how you train students? Can you share how the journey has been so far?
The journey has been so good, because I have some of them who owns their own restaurant in Abuja and Lagos. I have so many of them who are now chef. I have some of them that run big time restaurants, and they always call me once in a while. They call me, they ask me questions. I say, do it like this, do like this. There was a time someone called me from Ibadan that they told her to cook 2 bags of rice for a wedding. So I encouraged her to do it in a way that the people will like it. You understand? Using our own fresh tomato to garnish the tin tomato that she will use, and fresh pepper. And I told her every other thing she will need, locally sourced from the market. So she did it, and later she called me the next day and said, wow, people love the rice she made for them, the jollof rice that she made, that people really love. Because I told her, I said, add catfish. You know, when you use catfish to do your jollof, the stew is very delicious. So I have so many of them who have passed through me. And some, when they get married, when they are cooking, they ask me some questions about the Igbo delicacies, and I explain to them. Some married Hausa, some married Igbo, some married Yoruba. So they ask me how will they prepare the Yoruba for Yoruba, how will they do their ewedu. I said, your ewedu, you don't need any special, we don't. So I will explain to them, and then they will do it, and they say they got it right, exactly the way their husband wants it. So though I've encouraged some of them to come out so that people will know that these people finished from Unilorin GSE. I've told them to come out and come to this center and then tell us what they have learned from this place, so that they will encourage other students. Yes. Some are male. I have a male who is outside the country today. He's into cooking. He's a chef. And he finished with us here in 2021, to be precise. I have that of 2020. They are all making it in their various enterprises. So I'm very happy when they call me and they tell me how the business is going. I used to be very happy hearing from my past students.
It's good to hear that you enjoyed the journey and there are good feedbacks. So Ma, we would like to know, our viewers and us would like to know, what are some of these unique cooking techniques and essential ingredients that are used in indigenous dishes?
Mostly, like we have iru, we have ginger, we have garlic, we have crayfish, we have our own kind of bokoto, that which is cow leg. We have so many pepper, dry pepper. We have our own way of making the soup. Like some of our soup we use okpeyi, dawa, which is also the same thing with iru, but different ways of preparing it. So those are some of the things we use. We source them locally and we use them, and the food is always very very good. In fact, I discourage a lot of my students from eating fast food because it makes one to be obese. But when you eat our locally produced food, it makes you look smart, and you look very very agile and strong and very good.
That's very good to hear, ma. So, ma, we have another question because we are curious. What is your approach to teaching students about these indigenous dishes? Like, what approaches do you use to teach the students about these dishes, ma?
Mostly, when I give them lectures on the kind of soup, then later we do practical where they will see, like, you want to cook for now. You get the vegetable, you get your fresh pepper, you get your red oil, you get a roux that you will use, you get all the ingredients you will use. Even if you want to add Maggi, maybe one at times. So we do it practical. They see, they join me in cooking it. So that is really, it really gives me joy when they join me to cook. And something I would I want to add to it is that the management of GSE entrepreneurship department, they have been very encouraging, very nice to us, the trainers. They have really been there for us. We don't have problem of maybe the settlement or payment and all that. They carry everybody along, and they carry the trainers, they carry the students along. So we have a cordial relationship with the management, which is also very good. And since our current director, Professor Usman Ibrahim, came on board, in fact, a lot has been really achieved through his administration. You understand? And he's the kind of person that encourages people. If there's any issue, he will tackle it immediately. Is some, I don't know. He's the kind of person I would say is versatile. He's a complex person, and he's sociable. And he carries everyone along, irrespective of your position here, irrespective of the skill you are taking, irrespective of where you come from. Whether you are an Igbo, you are a Yoruba, you are South, you are Edo, anywhere you come from here, our current director carries everybody like a kind of one family kind of thing. So I really appreciate him a lot, and I appreciate my students a lot, because anytime we are cooking, they ask me questions and they love what we are doing.
That's good to go to the trainers too. So, ma, after teaching them about this process, your approach, how do you assess the learning outcome of your students, ma?
The learning outcome is that most of them go to their various hostels and then they prepare it. Some will send the video to me, some will call me and say, this is how the soup look like. I say, it's fine. It's still the same way I did my own. They will list how. Some even go to the market and they are buying they are showing me. So by that they finish and they show it to me on the video. Some bring it for me to test. So I'm really encouraged and happy with my students because they pick it fast. So I really want to thank God for everything.
That's good, ma'am. Well, there is no good thing without some challenges. So, ma'am, what are the challenges you face in promoting and preserving these indigenous dishes? Based on the fact of the modernization and globalization that is going on, most people want junk food. So what are the challenges you face, ma'am?
Well, I can't say I face the challenges. You understand? It's not as if there's no. The only challenge we face is that the high cost of the ingredients in the market. What we bought in January, you go back in March or April, the price have skyrocketed. That is the main challenge we are facing in this course. By the time you go to the market today and you go next week to buy fish, the price have changed. That of onions have changed. Garlic, ginger, you go to the market, you want to buy ginger. Ginger that we normally buy 15 naira now is 500 and 200. The one of 200 just 3 pieces. So the only thing that has really been there, the same price is zero. The price has really maintained the price in the market. So it's just this issue of skyrocketing of prices that have goods in the market that we really face, and then transportation too. Bringing it from the market is another thing entirely. Going to the market and buying what you want to teach your students That's another challenge too. So apart from that, I don't really see any challenge. The student, they pick up fast. Once you explain to them, they pick it fast. Even when you give lectures, they go home and practice without even doing the practical. So I'm really encouraged with that.
Okay, thank you. Can you share some tips for individuals who are interested in learning more about indigenous dishes?
Well, first of all, I would like to say that if you want to learn and you want to love cooking our Nigerian dishes, you have to do away with fast food, junk food, meat pie and all that. Even in your soft drink, you have to do away with a lot of things. And then you have to love it. You need to put your interest to it. You have to love it for you to really be able to absorb that indigenous dishes. You have to love it. That's one. You have to have passion for it. So when you have passion for something, the sky is the limit. You understand? So when you have this passion, the sky is the limit. You don't go back again. You just keep going and going and going. So I think that's what I would say for that.
Thank you, ma. This is our last question, ma. What opportunities do you see for indigenous dishes to gain more respect and recognition?
Well, what I see is that I have some patients that I cook for. Some people that have stroke, diabetic, and some people that have arthritis. They are kind of food we cook for them. Then we encourage them to eat our vegetables. There is some that, like diabetic patient, we prepare soup that has bitter leaf, and we add efferent, scent leaf to eat to prepare the soup. And then we encourage them to eat unripe plantain. These are some of the health benefits of this our indigenous cooking. Then we have the one we call ewedu. Ewedu is very good if you are having issues with your body and you're having high blood pressure and all that. We will cook ewedu for you. No extra Maggi or anything. We use our indigenous ewedu salt to taste. Then we add our fish. We don't, because we encourage them to do away with beef meat, cow meat. It's not encouraged. So we use our fish to prepare it. And as the person is taking it with unripe plantain, the person, or you can use a wood amala. So these are our natural food. You can use pounded yam. These are our natural food. It has a lot of health benefits to the body. You do away with junk food. You do away with Maggi, too much Maggi, too much condiment in your dishes. Go the natural way. My grandmother is I think 99. My great grandmother is almost 120. They eat natural food. You go to the farm, they buy it, pick it, and they cook it natural. You don't need to put Maggi. You don't need to put any other thing, sweetness. No, just take it the natural way God has given it to us. God has given us a lot of different varieties of vegetables, different varieties of fruits. So we encourage our people to eat those locally made food. Though at times you find it difficult, like if you are in the township, urban centers, getting those things very fresh used to be a bit difficult. So but we thank God for how far God has taken us today.
Viewers, from the insights that Ms. Grace Ogochi has given us about indigenous dishes, you can see the benefits of indigenous dishes, health benefits, and even economic benefits, because some of our students have been able to open restaurants and are doing quite well. So thank you for having us today, ma. Thank you so much. Sure.